Today, we're going to take the time to revisit our positioning in our personal relationships. Oftentimes, we're spending too much time being concerned about the affairs of this life and what's going on in the world, that we don't take the necessary time to be grateful for the blessing that God has given us in our personal lives. We become so consumed with the distractions that is caused by the world that we have a failure of recognizing that which is right there in front of us, that which indeed, if was not there, we could not do what we are doing. Though it may seem relatively unimportant not to give special recognition, but it is inherent upon us at all times to realize that the gifts of God require special recognition at all times. Because there's nothing that we have received in and of ourselves where we can give ourselves credit for receiving it. And every good gift comes down from the Father of light, and He has given us good gifts in our personal lives. And many of us have not stopped even once in the last year to say how grateful we are for the precious gift that God has given us. This gift which allows us to remain stable, which allows us to navigate our way through so many difficulties, that causes us at certain times so much joy and delight that we just walk in the fullness of it and just keep right on going on, never once stopping and saying, thank you for all that you do and all that you've done. Our personal lives, we need to step back now. We need to take another look. Maybe for some, you're going to be taking a look for the first time since you passed taking those that are in your life for granted. Now, for the first time, you're going to realize how they have been there for you when there was no one else. And in spite of your meanness, your lack of thoughtfulness, your unkind words, your forgetting of this and forgetting of that, they are still there. Not because of you, though you may be prone to want to think that now. But they're there because they were a gift from God, a gift to enhance your life, to make your life better. The question is, have you received the gift and used it properly? Where do you find yourself? You find yourself in the valley of decision. Right now, many lives are in turmoil. They're about to be ripped apart. Division is about to become the norm because of being caught in the valley of decision and not being able to make the right decision, because you have for so long not acknowledged the blessings of God in your life. Let's take a look at Amos 3:3. It says, can two walk together except they be agreed? Can two walk together except they be agreed? What this is saying here is asking a question but answering the question. It is simply saying that two cannot walk together except they be agreed. There's benefit in that. That benefit is found in Ecclesiastes 4:12, which tells us about the threefold cord not being easily broken. What three? You and somebody and God. The threefold cord. It cannot easily be broken because God can't be broken. You might break, or somebody might break, but God will not break. And what God wants you to realize today is that he has been walking with you with the gift that he has given you, and you have not used it properly. Yet the gift is still present. You have used it. You have received it. You have turned to it like it's supposed to be there, but never regarded it with the level of appreciation that you should have. What are we talking about here? We're talking about the relationship between husbands and wives. In this valley of decision, have you taken the time to give the appropriate accolades to the only one that's really there in the valley with you? Have you looked with enduring eyes upon that individual and told them thank you for all that you have done? Because no matter how it looks right now, I have been blessed because you are in my life. I have been through so much, yet you have still stood by my side. You have been with me through the ups and downs. You have known the good days and the bad days. You have been when I have been healthy and unhealthy. You have said the words of kindness that encouraged me when all around me they were beating me down. Now, in the valley of decision, will you take the time to give recognition to the one that has walked with you? Will you unwrap the package? Will you make it a threefold cord? Will you come in agreement with God? Will you stop taking things for granted and give thanks unto God who has been patiently waiting for you to stop looking at yourself? Will you give thanks in this valley of decision? Because if you don't take the time now to give thanks, you are taking an unnecessary chance with your life. Why? Because you don't know the day nor the hour that your soul will be required. You don't know when you're going to breathe your last breath. You don't know when enough will have been enough. Think about yourself. How important it is to you to be recognized. And yet, how little recognition you have given. Husbands and wives are at opposing ends with each other. Not because of the perils of the world and the things that take them on the up and down escalator, but because as they have desired to be one with each other, the oneness has not occurred. It's been too one-sided. It's been all him or all her. This will not work now in the valley of decision. For you to go forth to where you have to go today, you're going to have to stop making the world all about you. You're going to have to get down on your knees and thank God that he was willing to allow you to walk in this waywardness for so long. Be glad for the long suffering of God. Be glad for his patience. Be glad for his love that precedes you. Be glad for the love that's in that individual that allowed them to take your abuse.